George Leslie Norris was one of the greatest Welsh writers. He was also a teacher, headmaster, and a college lecturer. His first poetry collection, Finding Gold, was published in 1943 when the poet was 38. Some of his other notable collections of poetry include Tongue of Beauty, Islands of Maine, A Sea in the Desert, and collected poems. He was honored with various awards such as David Hyam Memorial Award and the Catherine Mansfield Memorial Award. In A Tiger in the Zoo, Leslie Norris describes the tiger's rage at being in a cage when he should be hunting in the wild. Through the poem, the poet tries to evoke readers' sympathy towards the sensitive issue of animal imprisonment. Let's see what happens in A Tiger in the Zoo. Animals in zoos, how must they feel? Should they even be in zoos? Are we helping them, or are we making it worse for them? Norris raises these questions in his description of a caged tiger. The tiger paces around his small cage in quiet anger at being locked in a cage. The tiger should be in the wild hunting. He should be hiding in shadows, stalking his prey. He should be quietly crawling through the grass near the water, ready to ambush any deer happening to pass by. The tiger should also be roaring near houses at the jungle's edge. He should be displaying his fangs and his claws, creating fear and panic in the village. But he's locked in a cage. His ferocious strength is also locked inside. He walks up and down his cage, ignoring visitors. The zoo now closes. The tiger hears the last sound of the day, the sound of cars patrolling the zoo. Now he looks up, with his bright eyes, to the sky filled with bright stars. Perhaps he's thinking of life in the jungle. Perhaps he's thinking of his freedom. Now let us look at the literary elements of the poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. In the poem, the poet repeats words like quiet and brilliant to emphasize on the beauty of the tiger as well as his rage. Norris uses metaphor in the phrase, pads of velvet quiet. In doing so, he compares the paws of the tiger to velvet. By that he means that the tiger's paws are as soft as velvet. He stalks in his velvet stripes the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. There are two different rhyme schemes in the poem. In this stanza, the word cage and rage rhyme with each other. The words stripes and quiet do not rhyme with each other. So, the rhyme scheme of this stanza is A, B, C, B. But he's locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. In this stanza, none of the words rhyme with each other. So, the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, D.